Welcome back everyone to Unity of Command, and this time we'll be going on to Leningrad, I believe, or maybe Estonia. Nah, I think I'll go for Estonia. Yeah, seems like it. And then I'll go to Leningrad for the next episode, and then the Uman Pocket. Estonia does not lead to anywhere, so it's a nice closing scenario to this sort of extreme northern part of the campaign. Let's load in. Yay, everybody likes loading in. So, okay, so last scenarios we did everything pretty fine, except we never really got a brilliant victory. I wonder if we will manage this time. I do not know. We have 600 prestige, so for the other scenarios we do have a fair few points stocked up. Okay, with the bulk of Army Group North advancing east of the Lake Peipus towards Leningrad, the 18th Army is thrust into fighting for Estonia by itself, facing a strong Soviet rear guard there. The Soviets will look to reinforce the Tallinn area, and elements that can't make it there will try to escape through Narva. Capture both locations and remove the threat to the flank of Army Group North. So, brilliant victory is every objective on time as always. 12 turns for a victory, 11 for a decisive victory. Let's take a look at what we got. Narva and Tallinn, so the two main cities of Estonia. 9 and 8 for turns. Not exactly a lot of forces at our command. We do have some reinforcements on route 291st Infantry Division, then one reinforcement step of infantry, and the 93rd Infantry Division. 4 turns from now. And right now we have at our disposal 4, yes, count the 4 units. We have First Brothers, so a Estonian/Latvian resistance unit that's sort of risen up in our support. Then the 217th Infantry Division with engineers, 61st Infantry Division with engineers, and 254th Infantry Division with recon. And it looks like we can't reach any Soviet units to fight them. First off, now, okay, so main thing here is the trees. The trees will be annoying as hell, and the main source of supply will be the railroad that's coming up from Tartu, and that's coming from the south, from our controlled territory in Latvia. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to turn our main forces really onto the railroad. I don't really see another way to do this. Yes, and right now we'll just try to punch through this sort of small Soviet line, coming in and flanking these 3 Soviet divisions, and then doing that. So to do that, we're gonna have to... Yeah, see, I don't see how the Force Spreader is going to be useful in this first turn, because almost everyone has a... Almost everyone has either entrenchment or is sitting on some really annoying terrain. So let's take a look at the terrain. We could head into the marsh. Does the marsh provide any defensive bonuses? Yes, it does. So we'll move on to this marsh. No. Move on to this marsh. Good. And we'll just try to threaten this division and maybe sort of influence its movements. Let's see what they do. They do have some extra forces scattered about near the cities, and it looks like they will be trying to hold us off and encircle us near this lake. So we have the 291st Infantry Division deployable. Wonder if we can deploy it further up? No, we can't. But they're gonna be useful. So let's focus our attacks on trying to get a surround off while not getting surrounded ourselves. Unfortunately, we weren't able to completely destroy that unit. So it's going to be coming back to bite us in the ass that we didn't manage to do that, because now the engineer... Oh no, never mind. Okay, I was able to pull them back thanks to their last movement point. And it's going to be a slow, sluggish battle with only infantry. And we're going to have to send one of the infantry units with the engineers to Tallinn and the other one to Narva, I think, so that we have an equal chance of capturing both at around the same time as is required of us. Excellent. That was great usage of the recon. So these two infantry units, supported by you, should be able to go in and capture Tallinn very quickly, because it's actually a supply source. That's very annoying. But still, we should be able to capture that. We're going to use the Forest Brothers to protect the flanks of the railroad, whereas the 217th with the engineers will be pushing straight on. And also it's important to capture Tallinn first before Narva, because if I try to advance towards Narva, there's all these territories without the support of the railroad that are going to be hard to supply. So securing the railroad link at Tallinn first is going to be very, very useful. Okay, so that looks like we're going to have one turn of low supplies on these guys, but overall should be fine. The movement is very awkward around here because of the forests. You're gonna secure the railroad, excellent. You're gonna secure the other junction. They are also out of supplies, which is interesting to behold. And you are gonna get an extra step. Perfect. And they're also reinforcing, which is bad. But we should be able to do just fine. Now we also have another infantry division we can deploy very forward up. And unfortunately it doesn't look like they can really get in the action in this turn. Would they be able to move into here? No, they wouldn't. Oh well. And yeah, okay, so with the recon, we can move in like that. Thus securing that part of the railroad. You're gonna start attacking right off the bat, immediately breaching their defenses and allowing us next turn to grab ourselves the province, or well, the city actually, to use the Hearts of Iron. Okay, here I'm just gonna be doing some work along the flanks. Ooh, that was not good. Well, Rip Forest Brothers, you weren't very brotherly in the end. And they're going to be trying to cut us off. I think succeeding there. Yep, the railroad was cut for a little while. So I'm going to have to come in and destroy them. Oh, that's incredibly annoying that they managed to survive that with just one step that's suppressed. Oh, that's absolutely infuriating. Ah, I lost. Look at that. That is infuriating. That is absolute bullshit. Okay, well, guess RNG is gonna fuck me over. Next turn, I'm not gonna have any supplies on these guys. And there goes my brilliant victory. Because of that one unit, I can't get a brilliant victory. How annoying. Look at that. Maybe, actually. Oh, you don't have that anymore. That's a problem. Okay, so I need to use my non... Jesus fucking Christ, you have to be shitting me. Okay, that's great. That's great. Ah, oh, damn it, though. No, I'm not gonna be able to capture Narva next turn. Maybe I could have done better in some other way, but no, that cutting off of the railroad at the last possible second really doomed me. Let's try to use the engineers first, breach the defenses. But I can't move them away, so I can only bring in a second division, and then I can't move them away, so yeah. Okay. Fine. Yep, that's gonna be a pretty shitty thing. Also, they don't appear to want to lose, so this turn I will also look at that. Now I get the suppression, after I've done all the other attacks. Oh well. I've also lost both of the engineers, so that's just perfect. Somehow losing both of the steps. Oh, finally. Hey, that was a decisive victory. Actually, since this was so short, I'm gonna go to Luga to Leningrad as well and do that. 10 turns with all these units. It's gonna make for a nice beefy episode. Ah, that is so annoying. That is so incredibly infuriating. Like, you have to be shitting me. Oh well. Stiff Soviet resistance on the Luga River line. Okay, stiff Soviet resistance on the Luga River line put a stop to the initial German thrust in July. After a pause of several weeks, Army Group North is now about to resume its advance towards Leningrad. Break through the Luga line, cut the land supply links to Leningrad, and encircle the city. So, 10 turns. And we have quite a lot of feared assets. We can create a range on my supply sources, which I believe the first time we can do that in this campaign. Now, force pool, we don't get any reinforcements, but our divisions that we have are pretty good, so we just shouldn't need them. And we just have a stiff line facing us, so we just need to break through that. Around Leningrad, though, there's few issues, as we'll soon find out, I believe. So obviously the Luga River is the main obstacle, with Lake Union also being there. Yeah, we're gonna have to try to punch through the river, which is not gonna be easy, because they also have tank destroyers. No, actually that's heavy tanks, and anti-tank guns as well. So we're gonna be well off against our armor. Okay, so I'm seeing a couple of destroyed bridges and one intact bridge. It's held by the 111th Rifle Division. Yeah, the 111th Rifle Division has to go, because our first target is going to be Krasnogvardisk. Yeah, Krasnogvardisk, and that's going to be pretty hard to take. Excellent. Free suppression, breach with the Polizei division, and then we can drive through, actually. That's an intact bridge connected by a railroad, so our panzers are gonna love this. I use him. Breached. Excellent. We're gonna try to use him to destroy, overrun both of these guys. Oh, not exactly the best outcome. Destroyed. Ah, that's incredibly annoying. I fucked up. I definitely fucked up there. But we have the Totenkopf. Okay, so Totenkopf can be used in flank. try to break through this guy, which should be fine. Oh, really? I wasn't expecting that. That's ridiculous. Okay. Then we can try a flank here. We can try a flank there. Now, where would our supply source be best used? I think here on the right flank, because on the left flank we have the railroads. Yep, having those railroads is going to be extremely useful. But on the right flank we don't have the railroads, so having the supply source range is going to be vital. And we're going to try to capture that bridge. Do we need any more bridging? No, I don't think we do, actually. I don't think we'll need more bridging done anywhere else. So maybe capturing that bridge and repairing it would be a good decision. Excellent. Oh, come on. Really? You can't move across. Because it's not intact. Obviously. Yeah, sure. I guess that's fine. Okay, so let's move... We still have you. We need one here, and one here. Protecting the flank from all these units in Novgorod. Although taking the city would be a waste of time, actually, so... unless... I mean, because of all the bad terrain, marshes, forests, it's gonna be hard to take Chudovo. Although I think the Totenkopf might be able to. If we can punch through this forest and get into the open ground. The problem would be supplies. So I think I'm gonna move all of my armor through the gap into Leningrad. Okay, so moving along east. Now, in Staraya Rus, I have a few very, very well-equipped infantry divisions. Some with Stugs, etc., etc. Then you have a flak, which is fine, but you can't use it. So we're gonna have to break through this bridge. We're gonna do that with the 290th Infantry Division because they have the... oh, hold on, no, maybe not. I'm gonna do that with 126th Infantry Division because they have the defensive flak. Then in the south, we're gonna breach through that infantry division with our engineers. I'm gonna use the normal infantry to punch through and capture the bridge. And then we have the flak infantry. We're just gonna stand there. Can you actually attack there? Yes, you can. Excellent. So it's gonna be a slow advance towards Demyansk. At turn 6, we should be able to get Demyansk under our control, however. And that's pretty much okay. Yeah. End the turn. And they're moving in, as expected, their tanks to try to either counterattack us or push us back or defend better. And that's why we moved up our flak first to counter those tanks. Our main objective along the north is going to be, ooh, interesting. It's going to be to secure the railroad. Because that's really going to be the vital source of supplies in the region. It's interesting that this infantry division decided to take this approach. Oh, there's rains. How incredibly annoying. Okay, so now he's surrounded and he should die. No. He did die. Good. And yes, that was necessary to secure the flank. We could... Oh, I just smacked my mic. I'm sorry. Oh, really? You can't cross? Oh, come on. That's incredibly annoying. I'm gonna use him to breach through. And that's still unsupplied. Okay, he's destroyed. Once we connect that with the railroad, they're gonna be definitely supplied. And next turn, this guy can come in and hopefully smash the Krasnogvardeysk FR. I'm not sure what FR is supposed to be. But they're definitely strong. They have like 7 normal steps, an NKVD specialist step, and a level of experience. So these people are gonna be tough old nuts to take out. So we're gonna need to be very careful with that. And I think our airstrike is best spent on this. Why is attack odds -1? I think it's because they're in a forest. Yes, they are in a forest, so that is going to discourage our aircraft from doing well, and it did. How incredibly unfortunate. Okay, so we're gonna use cycling in and out of troops. Okay. That's annoying. You are going to definitely destroy him. Are you going to? Yes, you are. But you're more important, because I need you. I need your engineers to be closer to Krasnogvardeysk. You're going to do that. Really? Oh, that's not good. That's not what I thought would happen. What I thought would happen was that this... Oh, I guess you just can't because of the forests. Okay. Okay, this guy's definitely more annoying. Okay, this is good. This is good. I can move in this infantry division to cover there. And if I do that, can I move him? Yes, that is exactly what I wanted. And then I'm gonna move this guy to cover the railroad like that. So we have our supplies fully secured, and we're gonna continue to increase the supply source in the south. Okay, so we're gonna smash through that Soviet tank division. Yeah, not exactly smash through, I guess. Ew, only 1 KIA. That's pretty pathetic. But yes, slowly but surely is the name of the game, south. Because we only have infantry. We're moving the Stug. Hopefully do more damage. No. Hey, at least we have a good breach going on him. And we still have the Stug there. I have more en route reinforcements, but we're not going to use those. Because those would be using prestige. Because they're from the Oberkommando des Heeres Reserve. The High Command Reserves. Can't really use those. Well, we can, but it would be expensive. Can we do anything with you? Yes, we can. Good. Just a slight bit of extra damage. Okay. So our armor train is moving on through. We should be able to capture the Krasnogvardeysk region at turn 4, thereabouts. They're moving in tons of forces to try to stop us, but they're also suffering supply problems, as you can see in Novgorod. We just need to protect our flanks from them. And with the units that we have there, it should be more than sufficient. Reinforcing Demyansk. Okay. Sure. That's not exactly what I wanted to happen. That isn't exactly what I wanted to happen. Anyway, you are out in the open. You are apparently also out in the open. That was pathetic. That was incredibly pathetic. Okay, so we're opening our way clear for the Polizei division. Their job is to destroy the defenses. Excellent. They did that job pretty marvelously. And now we must breach through this rifle division, the 90th, to allow our tanks a clear line towards Krasnogvardisk. Very unfortunately, I can't bring this guy on over to the fight. But what I can do with him is flanking protection for the forest and its vital supply route. Excellent. So who's needing to move? You. Yes. You must destroy him. Almost destroyed, in fact completely destroyed. And I would have been able to capture the place had I... Yes, I captured the place. Excellent. So Krasnogvardisk taking the strongly held position guarding the approach to Leningrad. That's gonna be ours now. Next objective, Chudovo and Schlisserburg. Demyansk is also a turn 6 objective, but it's going to be happening more naturally with the infantry pushing through in the south, which is going to take forever. Chudovo, though, severed the rail line to Moscow at the Volkhov river crossing. Yeah, that's not going to be the easiest. Not going to be the easiest at all. Oh, that was a very, very bad mistake. That was a big mistake. Next turn they're gonna be completely out of supplies anyway, so that was a very bad move on my part. Suicide at the 21st Infantry Division for no reason. Okay, and then yes, it's gonna be very, very hard to take Schlisserburg because they've got an NKVD division. Get the NO. And then the Leningrad garrison is very strong as well, with artillery and anti-tank guns and tons of infantry in very good entrenched positions. So we should be very, very careful of that. Okay, now we can do some very good work in the south, finally. Destroying the motorized division. Oh, that was pathetic. That was really pathetic. Okay, so at least we're pushing here. Although I'm really sure that we're not going to be able to take Demyansk turn 6. Despite all our best efforts, that's really going to be what takes the brilliant victory away from us this time. Because I'm seeing all the other objectives. I think we can grab them very easily. But Demyansk, there's just too much forest and we have too little units. So So really, maybe the victory condition there is to move a stronger unit in at the start. But that would be a pretty bad move because it's just so many forests. It's hard. Hard stuff. Okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about earlier with moving on through Novgorod. Problem is, supplies. But we should be able to capture next turn. Maybe next turn. Maybe a turn after. Should be able to capture this place. Wait, we're not getting supplies there from the railroad. Maybe. If we capture this tile, maybe we'd be getting the railroad. So let's focus on that. First off, let's get those units out of our way to avoid them being in our rear when the real fighting begins. Excellent. So that Panzer Division is very, very weak on strength, but we can use it to good effect. Okay, so we're gonna need to use the Polizei Division first to breach through the defenses. Excellent. And you cannot follow up on that. That is annoying as hell because now my panzers are pretty stuck. But hey, at least we're able to do some work in general. You can follow up though. Great. That wasn't the best thing ever, but it was better than nothing. And you're gonna push on through to the forest. Would you be in supply there? Yes, you would. Excellent. In fact, you're also gonna do that. Would you be in supply? Yes, you would. So the next turn you can reach, what is this place? Chudovo. And have it airstriked this turn. Which may or may not have been a very bad idea. We're gonna use it in the south though, to try to take out this tank. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. This is not exactly what I wanted, though. Come on. You have to be kidding me. I'm not happy about that. As you may have surmised. I'm really, really unhappy about that. Because these guys are going to be out of supplies for a turn. Because this guy decided to live. That is infuriating. That is absolutely disgusting. Okay. End turn. Yay. Well, it's looking up, actually. For all my complaining, I complain a lot. So you shouldn't be jarred by that. I am a master complainer. Yeah, we're not getting Demyansk on turn 6. Look at that. 5 and 6. 2 turns for that would be impossible. There's like so many Soviet divisions. It's not even normal. I mean, I'm gonna try, definitely, but okay, it's doing fine. We are able to reach Demyansk itself, but not with a unit that can actually do anything. Would you be able to do anything? Yes, you would, actually. Okay, oh, that was great. That might save it. That indeed might save it. Look at that. Look at that, indeed. Next turn, we're going to have the air attack on that, which we are going to use, most definitely. Okay, so now the big if and when is going to be the railroad. Let's try to smash through this division. Ooh, really good. Really, really good. Now, we're going to use the infantry to destroy him. We also have the overrun on the infantry. I'm going to try to use it, which could be a mistake. We'll see. Excellent. Destroy him. Then there's also you and you. We don't have an engineer left. Let's try to use him as a, yeah. The artillery in the defense is going to fuck up my infantry really hard. But getting the suppression there is absolutely vital for the success of my other... Yeah, we got the railroad. That's great. Okay, so the Polizei division is going to stay here. Next turn, they're going to breach through the Leningrad garrison. And they're going to try to get... Oh, actually, this is on the eastern side of the Neva. So next turn they're actually just going to move on through and try to destroy the free Gide NO. They have 2 turns to do so. So I am absolutely certain that they're going to be able to cut the rail link at Schlüsselburg, starting the siege of Leningrad. Whereas the rest of my forces can just move up very safely. Actually, can you start? Yes, you can. Oh, that was really good. That was really, really awesome. So next turn, that's going to be ours. 100%. Now the big question is, can we do anything about it in the Chudovo region? We should be able to. Problem is, a lot of these people can't move. That is infuriating. Ooh, really good. That's gonna help later. So we have the supplies, and we can start pounding on the defenses. Then we're gonna move him around because we need to not the Totekov. Oh no, yeah, that is the Totekov. We need them. Then you're gonna destroy him. Then you're gonna link up and get the supplies. There's only the marshes left. And then I don't think we need any bridging done. Okay, now we need to try to get Demyansk on these 2 turns, which should be doable. Should be doable. Oh, right, actually I've already done this. So we're gonna need to capture Demyansk next turn. They're not getting any reinforcements, which is excellent. I would have expected them to get some reinforcements, but they're not. So I'm gonna use this guy, who's pretty fucked anyway, to start off the battle. Then him, you destroyed him, excellent. So Demyansk is now ours. And it's going to stay ours because we have some very nice infantry units guarding the area. Protecting the flanks, yes. Good. So that is wrapped up and done. So the reason we took that is to push here to meet up with the forces from Army Group Center advancing north from Kalinin, which is going to be south of here. And now, yes, we're going to use our airstrike at Chudovo. Completely fails, doesn't do anything, but we managed to breach the defenses with the Totenkopf, and the 3rd Motorized Division finishes off the remaining Soviet defenders quite nicely. Our infantry divisions mop up the rest of the marshes and ridges in the area, and now we're going to have the main event, that is to say, the Polizei division storming Schlüsselburg, along with the help of the 8th Panzer Division, and we're going to have the 6th Panzer Division come in and take the area. That was a brilliant victory. For the first time in this campaign, we managed to achieve a brilliant victory, which is really, really, really good. Makes me happy. The next battle is going to be a very important one, the Uman Pocket. Very important in the history of the Operation Barbarossa. Although, I mean, probably not going to be the biggest battle in terms of size and scope. It does, in history, it did mean that the whole of Ukraine was sort of open to access attacks. And yeah, then after that, I think we're going to go for the Kiev encirclement. Actually, no. Where I need to get the Tartar Ditch or the Dash to the Donets first, I think. And then Typhoon. Oh, this one's gonna be big. Look at that. Yeah, the attack on Moscow. And then Lake Ladoga. Interesting. So I'm gonna see you then with the next episode of Unity of Command. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me in the comments below what you think, and I'll see you soon.